Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hernando's Hideaway TV. Here we are at Hernando's, and we got a special guest tonight, this evening. A guy who's been in this building a lot of times, known his dad has been in this building a lot of times. All his friends have, and he is no stranger to Memphis because he is a Memphian, by God. He is Jerry Phillips. That's right. Welcome, Jerry Phillips, everybody.
Well, Dale, thank you. Thank you so much for having me, man. And talking about Jerry P. Thank you so much for writing a song about me. I mean, that was a real honor for me, for you to write a song for me. You know?
Well, it's my honor. You inspire me, Jerry. You inspire me. But you know what else inspires me, Jerry? I gotta be honest with you. I'm inspired by probably the best beer in the world. Know what it is? Lone Star. National Beer of Texas. The only beer you should be drinking, even though you're drinking that Corona.
I know it.
Lone Star.
Well,
Hear about a guy that walked in the bar, he ordered a Corona and 2 Hurricanes? Bartender says, that'll be 2020.
Gonna be 2020, yeah. But, you know, that's the only beer that makes your teeth white, right?
It does, it whitens your teeth.
Whiten your teeth, yeah.
Hey, enough about me and what I'm drinking. How about you? You like your Corona and
I like Crown Royal Black.
Crown Royal Black. That's a healthy
so if
drink.
somebody wants to give me a sponsorship on that, I'll take it.
Crown Royal, are you listening?
Crown Royal Black.
I think we're on camera 3, right?
Oh, okay,
So let's cut to the chase here, Jerry. When is the first time you remember meeting Elvis? We are in the Elvis Presley booth, right? Next over is your dad's booth, Sam Phillips booth.
Yeah.
When did you remember meeting Elvis Presley? Your earliest memory?
Well, you know, really, I can't remember exactly the very first time that I met Elvis. I think it was probably before he came to our house, but he started coming to our house quite often, and it would always be.
Now, was this when you already moved over to Mendenhall?
Yeah.
Okay.
We met up. Sam had made some money finally, you know, because he just didn't, you know, it was a shoestring operation. The whole Sun Record Company was, you know, he was, and he borrowed money and all that, but. Yeah, I mean, Elvis started coming over after they had some success, and it was just really a tremendous experience. The guy was so real and so nice and so great, and not to mention all the great-looking girls he had with him every time he came. I mean, honestly, he did, you know. Yeah. And he had all of his, you know, his guys that were hanging around, not hanging around, the guys he asked to be around.
Right.
You know, they.
Before they were called the Mafia.
Before they were called the Mafia,
his buddies,
they just came out there. And he, you know, he couldn't come out after midnight or a little bit before midnight because really during those times he would get mobbed if he was somewhere and they found out he was there. I mean, girls would pull his clothes off of him, try to pull his hair out of his head. I mean, it was just really something pretty crazy. People can't really.
He was the first. He was the first that was the rock star, man. He was the first
superstar all the way. You know?
Well, let me ask you this. Now, you see the booths we got here at Hernando's. We got, of course, your dad's booth next to this one. Elvis. Got Fats Domino. We understood he played here in '51. That's a little bit before your time. But a guy that was from your dad's book, the one that I guess they're going to make a movie about it, right? The Man Who Invented Rock and Roll.
Yeah, Sam Phillips.
Sam Phillips, The Man Who Invented Rock and Roll.
Yeah, Peter Growling's book and.
A great book, man! What a great book.
Yes, a great book, and it's all true.
In that book, he mentions quite a bit how he really had a deep affection for Charlie Rich, who played here quite often.
Well, you know, he said the two people he wished he could have worked with them more than he did, and his two favorite artists really were Howlin' Wolf,
right,
and Charlie Rich, and that's a. You know, that's a long,
there's a lot in between there, yeah.
Between there, I mean, when you think about there was Elvis and Carl Perkins, Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis, Roy Orbison, you know, Billy Riley, Sonny Burgess. I mean, the list goes on. Carl Mann. I mean, it goes on and on and on. But I'm not saying that he said those were his favorite artists, but those are the ones that he didn't get to work with as much as he wanted to.
Right.
And so he could develop or help them develop, you know, their inner talent.
I think this picture of Charlie Rich, I don't think it was taken at Sam Phillips Recording Studio, was it?
Where is it?
It's all the way in the back there, but I think it seems like I think it might be in Nashville, but it sure looks like Roland James behind him. You know,
yeah.
I know the studio musicians that Sam had at Sun and followed him over to Sam Phillips Recording were just the inventors of the sound, man. Inventors. You know, Roland James never got the credit he really should have.
No, he
my
didn't,
opinion.
and I'm not sure Roland ever really wanted it. You know what I mean? He was that kind of laid back, low key guy, and everybody my dad worked with were untrained musicians, except for Charlie Rich was a jazz player actually. He was jazz trained.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he loved jazz. And Bill Justice, who was raunchy,
Sure.
he was a trained musician. Could read and all that stuff. And but everybody else that he worked with were untrained musicians, and that's who he wanted to work with. He wanted to work with people that hadn't been taught how to play.
Well, speaking of Carl Perkins not being trained, and W.S. Holland is a friend of mine. He's told me many stories about their audition with your dad and everything. I think who would have thought that and right beside Carl's booth is Johnny Cash and then Jerry Lee Lewis. Who would have thought that Jerry Lee Lewis, the last man standing, man, of all of it,
Should have been the first one gone. There's
He
no doubt about it.
He lived harder and rocked harder than anybody.
He did, and he came near to death a couple of different times in the hospital and all that, But he just was a unique individual, probably more unique than any of them actually. When it came right down to it, I'm not, if I've always said that if he hadn't married his cousin, 13-year-old cousin, there would have been a war of who was the king
top,
of
huh?
rock and roll.
Yeah.
I mean, and Jerry Lee Lewis would have been hard to take out.
It's people have asked me that quite a bit on who's my favorite son. And of course, Elvis, huge influence. So is Johnny. Jerry Lee as well. His country stuff really hit home with me more, but I still love his rock and roll stuff. Carl Perkins, he's a singer-songwriter, which I think is probably that's other than Charlie Rich. But Charlie Rich never got to blossom as a singer-songwriter, I think, at Sam Phillips Recording or Sun Studios.
Mm-hmm.
He did some great stuff, but I don't know. Did he write Lonely Weekend? I can't.
Yeah.
Okay.
He wrote
So he did some writing, but Carl Perkins, I think, has been the
Yeah, and he wrote some other songs. I'm
musician,
drawing a blank
songwriter.
now. But he wrote some other songs for other people. I think he wrote some songs for Roy Orbison. I think he wrote
okay.
He wrote some songs, for other people. He was a great songwriter, and he just was a great. He had the whole package. He looked great. He sounded great. He could play. Anything you wanted him to play. And
Well, I mean, we also got Rufus Thomas' picture out there. Rufus recorded early on with Sam, I guess, right? That Bearcat, was that Sam's idea? Or
well, it was an answer to Hound
Hound
Dog,
Dog,
and they cut that, and there was a big lawsuit that
Yeah, I
ensued
read the book.
after
I read
that,
the book all about that, yeah.
because it sounded, just like Hound Dog. So, and Sam lost that lawsuit.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so, yeah, I don't know if
But he won the one with Phillips.
of Holland. Well,
Holland,
sorta. He had to change his label, a little bit. But,
Oh, did
he? Yeah, but man, he was such a rebel. He was such a rebel, and he didn't care what anybody thought about him. He didn't care, and he would push the boundaries a lot. He'd push the boundaries a lot, just like you push the boundaries a lot. I mean,
I'm pushing all my boundaries I can push. Matter of fact, I'm pushing buttons. I'm pushing boundaries.
That was easy.
This interview's going easy, Jerry.
Well,
So we skipped over somebody right behind me. There's a picture of I get asked probably more than any picture in here, who is that? And of course you know him very well.
Mr. Sputnik Monroe,
That's Button McRow. He will jump in your hair,
jump in the air,
jump in the air,
and shit
in your
in your hair.
That's
Yeah, and he was 220 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal.
Twisted
Yeah.
Steel and sex appeal.
Yeah, and if the blood's gonna flow, make sure it's the other guys.
That's what I was getting at here. I know that you wrestled
I did.
as a young man, and so much that your parents were worried, especially your mom, worried you were going to get hurt because you were a teenager, right?
Well, I was 13.
Yeah.
Making
Barely
100
a teenager.
Yeah, barely making 150. I was 12 and 13. 'Cause I did it for a couple of years, and
Making how much?
$150 a night.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's great money, and like
We don't even make that as musicians.
I understand, and
That's
hey, it was a
that's really
great
sad.
that was a great introduction to showbiz and how it really does work, and of course, me being around Elvis and all those other people was a combination of super showbiz mentality for me, you know. And
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved wrestling, man. They hated me. I was the world's most perfectly formed midget wrestler, and they
That's
knew
what
I
they billed you
wasn't
as.
a midget. And
They
they
thought
hated
you. Yeah.
they hated the fact that I was claiming to be a midget and I wasn't. They knew I wasn't. They hated me, you know.
No, wait a minute. You're talking about the other wrestlers.
No, the crowd.
The crowd.
The crowd hated me.
Ouch.
Yeah.
That's got to be hard on a,
They wanted to see
on
me ass kicked.
on a 12-year-old going into 13-year-old. That's
They wanted to see me get my ass kicked every time
Really?
we wrestled.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
But
not good.
that didn't always happen. I was pretty tough. I was winning weightlifting contests in health clubs when I was like 12. You know, I was lifting.
you would
more.
be a YouTube sensation if
I wanted to be Boy in Tarzan. I thought I would have been a better boy.
You
remember
would have
Boy?
been.
I thought I was in my age. I thought I would have been a better boy.
But people who don't remember that Tarzan actually was a TV series, and it did have an actor.
It was a movie.
Well,
Movies.
but
yeah.
it was a TV series too. But
It
yeah,
was.
right. In the movies, he was.
But the
he had
original boy was. I was a lot stronger than he was. I could have been.
could have whooped his.
I could have whipped a
whooped
monkey's
his
ass.
ass
You
and
know?
just like. That's right. Well, here's the thing, folks. What we need to find out now is what is the future for Jerry Phillips, because I mean, you got lots of stuff in the fire. You got I'm excited you're doing your own album,
I am.
which thanks to your daughter, she keeps prodding you about it. Hell,
Right.
it's awesome, and but I think it's way overdue. You've been folks who don't know, you had a pretty good regional hit in a band. What year was that? The
66.
66.
The Jesters. Yeah.
The Jesters did pretty good. They still, every now and then we'll be touring in Europe, and somebody will still play that song.
Absolutely.
DJs
No, I've
love
been.
that.
I get requests to come over there and bring the Jesters band over there, which is no longer around, but
Sure, I
most
imagine.
of them are dead except for me. But,
Well, you got a young start, man. Everybody
yeah,
else in
I
the
did
band
get a
was
young
older,
start.
yeah.
Yeah. But I'm going in the studio on October 30th, which is my brother's birthday, and
Knox birthday.
Knox Phillips. He just died,
Just
a
passed.
couple of months ago, and we were unable to have any kind of
Memorial service
memorial
because of all this
service for him
stuff going
because
on.
of the stuff. But so I just decided I was going to start my album on his birthday.
I bet he'd get a kick out of that.
Yeah, he would. He'd get a kick. He'd criticize everything I did, but that's the way he
I
produced.
think that's the Phillips way.
Yeah, that's the
isn't it?
way. No, that's the way he would produce. Can you not sing any better than that? You know, you know what I mean. But he would get stuff out of people that sort of like my dad. He could get stuff out of people, but he did it by insulting people, and not my dad didn't do it by insulting people. He just did it by letting them, let it come naturally.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I understand it. It sounds like Sam Phillips was the one that invented the. Yeah, can do it once more for me. Maybe we got a better one. We got a better one in you. That whole, that producer speak.
Yeah.
Well, let's try it one more time. God, once more for me, guys.
Well, what he was looking for was feel, and that's all. And it's what he instilled in me. He said,
Is that
"Man,
where you're going for on this album? Or
Absolutely.
Have you got an idea on how you want it to flow? You're gonna
Yeah, I'm gonna
produce it yourself? I mean.
No, I'm
No?
gonna let Matt Rossbang and
Matt Rossbang, that
and
guy.
I know it.
Matt Rossbang.
Yeah.
Matt
And
Rossbang.
and-
Just because he's won a lot of Grammys.
no, and Hallie.
And how?
And Hallie. And I'm going to be in there with that,
right.
but I'm going to cut it mostly live. I want to be out in the middle of the floor, and I want to have a bar in the corner of the studio with a couple of good-looking girls over there serving drinks, and we're going to have a good time because, damn, I know it. It's true. But you know what? You know it, Dale. In fact, I've learned this from you just since I've been around you. And Jack Clement said it too. If you're not having any fun,
That's the only rule I got, man.
it's
Yeah,
not.
around me.
And I'm
Have
not going
fun.
to go in the studio and work.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
Nope.
do it. I'm
Well,
going to
that's
go
great,
play.
but-
I'm going to have a good time.
For those who don't know, Matt Rossbang is the premier engineer and producer in Memphis, and he's won all them Grammys. He's won. He's well deserved. Matt Rossbang is amazing.
Yeah.
I got lucky enough. I mean, I remember when James Lott was running the Sun Studios
Yeah.
over there. Matt was his
Yeah,
person.
kind of intern or
Yeah,
whatever
intern
you want to
over
call it.
there.
Yeah.
But very soon, Matt learned everything there was to know, and so I'm really happy about that. That's great.
Well, you know, he has studied Sam Phillips, and every time I do an interview and everything, it ends up being about Sam Phillips and me and Knox and everybody. But my dad was such an important part of music history, so it always has to come.
Well,
come
because you're a
back to
musician,
that,
and in fact you're going into and do an album, I think how can you not relate to the knowledge and the experience that you learned firsthand?
Yeah, well,
You know,
my
it's part of
brother was a music politician and a record producer and everything, but I've always been the rebel, and I've always been in the bands, and I've always been in the music, and I've been the one that's been outside the box a little bit. But that's why I think that I have so much respect for you because of what you're doing and how you buck the system. And
He said buck, by
Buck.
the way, buck. The,
yeah, buck
buck
the system.
All right.
But getting back to my dad would absolutely love your music, your attitude,
Well, thank you, Jerry. That
you know,
makes me feel great,
everything.
though.
He would, because he always says, he said, I don't care what anybody thinks about me. I don't care what anybody thinks about me. He was going to do whatever he wanted to do when he wanted to do it, even with his women. He would
Well,
say,
that's one thing about in Memphis in general. I think is why. Pardon me, Nashville folks, but this is why Nashville has always had the razz against Memphis, and in New York, all the different places, because Memphis, I think, is going to do it our way or no way type of thing.
Well, you know who Dan Penn is, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, songwriter, I'm Your Puppet, and I don't know how many other ones, You Dark Into the Street and all that. And if somebody had asked him in an interview what was it about Memphis that was so different, and he said, we don't let anybody tell us what to do.
That's got to be the epitaph right there.
Yeah, and it's
Never was
true,
one.
man. I mean, if Memphis ever loses its independent spirit, its independent the way we do things. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I kind of quit. I mean, I'm not completely quit producing records or anything, but when you have to bow down to the marketing departments,
It is. Well, that's the way it is.
When
But
you have to do that.
I got to give your daughter, who you handed the mantle over to for all that. Hallie has navigated that very well.
She knows how to work it.
And with the new people watching us on YouTube, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
People, if you're watching us on Facebook, I might post this on Facebook. Subscribe to Hernando's Hideaway TV, please. But the internet is kind of leveling the ground a little bit, which is nice because it pretty much annihilated our careers as far as sales of records.
It did.
Because now everybody's getting the music for free.
Yeah, and even if you get a 99-cent download time,
You can get a 99-cent. Well, it costs $1 download of a Memphian record. The Memphian record, brand new on thememphians.net. Go and download a copy of the album, thememphians.net.
Well, you know what? It took a lot of balls.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute. I missed that. Dang it! I'm on the wrong page here. But Memphians.
You've always been on the wrong page, Dale.
I've always been on the wrong page. That's what I've been trying to do.
Jim Spake.
Jim Spake is here.
That was easy.
All right. So we're going to hear from you tonight, though. You're going to play with the band, and we got Jim Spake on saxophone, T. Jared Bono on piano, and Cold Country Carl on the drums. Earl is on the drums tonight, filling in for. Well, we always got different drummers, but Danny Banks is there quite often for the Memphians. But Earl's going to be with us.
And the piano player.
Yeah, T. Jared Bono.
Yep,
T. Jared Bono from
great piano player.
Austin. He just moved to Memphis.
Yeah.
So we're going to hear what songs we're going to hear tonight.
Well, I'm kind of like a monkey shitting off a cliff a little bit. Me goes a long, long way, so I got to do some stuff that's pretty easy to understand.
Let's see. Wait a minute. That's a monkey
Shitting off a cliff.
Shitting off a cliff. There you go. That's
A little bit of me goes a long, long way. But yeah, I'm going to do one of my originals. I'm going to do one of my originals called That's All Right. I'm going to probably do.
Your original, That's All Right. Now, have you recorded that yet? Because or is that going to be one of the ones you're going to do?
It's going to be one I'm going to record. I've got a demo on it, but I'm going to record it differently.
I like that song. It's a good song.
Yeah, and I'm going to do My Babe, which was one of the Jesters songs that we had a record on.
That was a B-side, wasn't it?
B-side of Cadillac Man.
Yeah, because it was originally, I'm pretty sure it was Jolly Hooker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that's right. There's
I guess
there's confusion about that. There's a lot of different reasons. And then I'm probably going to do a Carl Perkins song, which Carl is really one of my favorite people, which is Everybody's Trying to Be My Baby.
Yeah.
Which is what I wish everybody was trying to be.
Yeah. Well, they might.
Well, you know, they might be.
Hey, everybody, try to be his baby.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I've got a limited number of buttons I can push here.
There's a couple of girls over there that might want to be. I'm not sure. I'm looking at them right now. I know there's one over there.
Don't pan. They'll pan to the bar.
I know. Yeah.
I think I love it.
Do it. Come on.
I just want anyway. So last question: where are you after the record's done, or is there any plans for the movie?
Well, I think the movie.
We're talking about
Leonardo.
they're talking about doing a movie. Leonardo DiCaprio, I think, bought the rights.
He did.
And for Sam Phillips.
And Mick Jagger's involved with that too.
And Mick Jagger.
Yeah. Yeah. Things were going really good until this virus hit, and all productions stopped.
Right.
So I'm in the process now of trying to re-engage with those people and see. Where it really is. I mean, I hope it doesn't stop the.
No, I don't think there's no way. Quite frankly, I always thought that if there was somebody going to play Sam Phillips, and once I heard Leo, I call him Leo. I call him Leo. Leo's. That's what I call him.
Yeah. Well, I would.
Leo would be perfect for it because he does them period pieces so well.
Well, did you see Howard Hughes? Howard
Hughes is great.
I mean, he turned into Howard Hughes.
Yeah, man.
And I think he's going to turn into Sam Phillips.
He might.
When he makes this movie.
It might freak you out a little bit.
I think he's going to turn into Sam Phillips.
You know what?
And I hope that he does. But anyway, before this is over with, I just want to congratulate you and Celine and everybody that's been involved in this resurrection of this unbelievable historic venue here. So many people came out here. I mean, I've been out here 2 o'clock in the morning. Jerry Lee Lewis just wouldn't quit playing.
A lot of times he played till 4 or something.
Yeah, but we'd leave at 2, go to a strip club, and come back and play another hour till 4 or 5 in the morning. I mean, it was like you just couldn't control it. But yeah, I mean, and you've done a wonderful job. It's a beautiful place. It's clean. It's just awesome. It's cool.
What can we have, Zane?
Hey, can you see? Can he see that damn?
There?
Can he? Can he put anything on that telephone booth with Elvis?
Oh yeah, he could. Can you get Elvis in the telephone booth? Elvis is in the telephone booth.
That is the epitome of cool.
Oh, is that?
It is.
Well, I tell you, that telephone booth works. So if you want to call somebody, it sure does. Somebody called the other day. Yeah, actually, I had to make a phone call on the other day.
Who'd you call?
Had to call a plumber because my phone wouldn't reach his territory or something. Anyway.
But anyway.
But I tell you, thank you, Jerry. Thanks for the kind words. I'll tell you this. I want to let it go with this. Nashville, Texas. Lone Star. That's right. You have your Corona. You drink your Crown. I have my Lone Star. Nashville, Texas. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate you coming, man.
Thank you.
Let's go up and pick some and grin some and tell people what we're doing.
Let's have a great time. I'm ready. Let's rock. Rock on.
Well, as we promised, we were over there. Jerry and I were over here. And we're, well, why don't I say we're? We aren't. You are going to do the songs you said you're going to do. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together, Mr. Jerry Phillips.
Well, all right. You know what? It's really an honor for me to be here at the Hernando's Hideaway, the legendary Hernando's Hideaway that Dale Watson and Celine have put so much time and effort into, bringing this place back to life. And it's just a wonderful place to be. I think it's the coolest place in town, no doubt about it. And
Invite them on out.
No, yeah. I mean, come on out. I mean, you guys, if you haven't been out, you need to come out. And even tonight, if you're watching this, you need to come out tonight. And because it's kind of like going to Graceland when there's not a whole lot of people there. You get to kind of experience, the glamour and the coolness of this whole place. But anyway,
Cheeseburger tamale of it.
a cheeseburger tamale. I've been talking about that ever since I heard about that. I'm not sure it's not going to hurt my stomach. Is it going to hurt my stomach? A little. But anyway, hey, I was in, my dad was Sam Phillips, and I talk about that some because I think it's important that people know that I come from a legacy of music that really changed the world. And so I try to represent our family well. I'm not a politician, I'm a musician, and I wouldn't say I'm in the caliber of these guys, but anyway, I had a record out with a group called the Jesters on Sun label. I'm going to play the backside of it. It's called My Babe. My baby don't stand no cheating, my baby. My baby don't stand no cheating, my baby. My baby don't stand no cheating, don't stand none of that midnight creeping. My baby, the true little baby, she's mine. Easy now. My baby, I know she loves me, my baby. My baby, I know she loves me, my baby. My baby, I know she loves me. She don't do nothing but kiss and hug me. My baby, the true little baby, she's mine. All right, let's go, boys. Baby don't stand no fooling, my baby. My baby don't stand no fooling, my baby. My baby don't stand no fooling. When she gets hot, there ain't no cooling. My baby's a true little baby, she's mine. Come on, Jerry. My baby, my baby, I know she loves me, my baby. My baby, I know she loves me. She don't do nothing but kiss and hug me. My baby's a true little baby, she's mine. My baby's a true little baby, she's mine. My baby's a true little baby, she. All righty. What about this band, huh? Dang. I'll tell you what. There's nothing more in the world I like better than rocking. These guys are rocking their asses off. That's what I'm thinking. Take it easy. Take it
Man,
easy.
this is a YouTube, Hernando's Hideaway TV YouTube. You can't say asses like that. That's what the hell is wrong with you?
What can I say?
You can say shit.
Okay. These guys are rocking the shit out of everything here. Yeah, it's cool. Hey, I'm gonna do an original song that these guys have never played with me before, which is unusual for Hernando's. It goes on all the time out here, doesn't it? But anyway, you know what? If you're in a relationship and your significant other's not really giving you the respect you need, they don't have to hang around. It's no big deal. It's gonna be all right with me. It's called That's All Right. And sometimes I have a hard time getting the rhythm right on the beginning of it, but I think I'm gonna be able to get it. It's called That's
Now,
All
see,
Right.
when you first told me about That's All Right, you said, I'm going to do That's All Right. And I assumed
It's gonna be the Elvis.
That's All Right, Mama.
Yeah.
But this is totally different message.
Totally different message. Yeah. This is like Kiss My Ass If You Don't Like Me and Leave. That's what this is. Honestly, it is for both man and woman. It's not, Here we go now. Well, if you don't think you love me, honey, you don't have to stay. If you don't think you need me, baby, you can just go away. And that's all right. Come on, y'all. That's all right. 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 It's all right with me. Here we go now. And if you don't like my drinking, honey, then don't sit at the bar. If you don't like my driving, baby, don't you get in my car. And that's all right. 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 It's all right with me. Come on, Jim Spade. Easy, boy. And if you don't like my motorcycle, you don't have to ride. If you don't like my guitar, baby, here we go. Stick it where the sun don't shine. That's all right. 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 It's all right with me. 1, 4, 5. Rock it one more time, boy. You don't think you love me, baby. You don't have to stay. You don't think you need me, baby. You can just go away, and that's alright. That's alright. That's alright. That's alright. That's alright. That's alright. It's alright with me. Come on, one more time. Yeah, baby, that's alright. That's alright. That's alright. That's alright. That's alright. That's alright. It's alright with me. They got a message for anybody out there? Oh, is that me?
Oh, is that me? Might be me.
It's your place. You can do whatever you want. I'm going to do one more song. It's a Carl Perkins song. One of my favorite Carl Perkins songs. And Easy. That was Jim Spank.
Jim Spank.
Jim Spank. It's spread. It's bad. It's bad.
That was money, man. That was money.
But anyway, Carl Perkins was the first guy that, after my dad sold Elvis's contract to RCA, that came out with a number one hit on all three charts, pop, rhythm and blues, and country, at the same time. And the RCA guys called my dad up and said, "Man, did we buy the wrong guy?" You know, because they didn't know, and they really didn't know what to do with Elvis. Really, to be honest with you, because they, you know, Sam had got such unique records on him that. But anyway, Carl Perkins was my favorites, and songwriter, guitar player, cotton picker, you know, redneck,
Yes.
country boy, the whole thing.
Yes.
Yes, 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 yes. This is called "Everybody Trying to Be My Baby," which is I'm wishing everybody would be trying to be my baby. Some honey from a tree, they dressed it up and they called it me. Everybody's trying to be my baby. Everybody's trying to be my baby. Everybody's trying to be my baby now. Yeah, I went out last night, but I didn't stay late. Before I got home, I had 19 dates. Everybody's trying to be my baby. Everybody's trying to be my baby. Everybody's trying to be my baby now. Come on, Jim Spade, go, boy. About 3:45, 15 women knocking at my door. Everybody's trying to be my baby. Everybody's trying to be my baby. Everybody's trying to be my baby now. Come on, one more time, y'all, go. some honey from a tree. They dressed it up and they called it me. Everybody's trying to be my baby. Everybody's trying to be my baby. Everybody's trying to be my baby now. Yeah, you know everybody's trying to be my baby now. Here we go now. Yeah, everybody's trying to be my baby now. Thank you very much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Jerry P. He's from City, son from Memphis, Tennessee. Yeah, nobody's ever seen old Jerry P's arms. Always covered up with the girls. She's a comic, smooth moving around, moving, rock and roll machine. Whoa, he's the son of a son and the son of a gun. Memphis born, he's a Memphis son. Jerry P. Blood City star from Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah.
There you go, Jerry P.
You guys know how proud I am that he wrote that song about me? I mean, I don't think you even know how proud I am that he wrote that song about me.
Won't you go ahead and sit on up there, and we'll adjust this mic to you.
All right, we'll do it. It's going to take a little while. No, hey,
Just take your time, because here's a...
Those tamales were great, and the wings were great.
Oh, you had wings, too?
I did.
That comes in a little bit. Want to do that?
Hang on. I've got to get my rhythm going.
Let's do it. What key you want?
E.
Now, I remember this song. Break it down, boys. I remember this song from Jerry Lee Lewis.
That's right, it was Jerry Lee Lewis.
But about 1982, a record company said they were going to put this song out. I said, oh, yeah, I love that old song. They looked at me like, what do you mean? No, it's a brand new song by Tom Jones. I said, well, Tom Jones may be putting it out, but I've known that song forever. That's a Jerry Lee fucking Lewis song.
And Jack Clement wrote it.
Jack Clement wrote it.
Yeah.
And they said to me, they called, I was just a kid. I was a kid, I was only 19 years old, 20 years old. They go, you're a kid. You must be confusing with something else. I said, I know my son. I know my son records. I ain't confusing nothing.
And I just got invited to do a happy birthday to Jerry Lee. His birthday's in September, and they said sing a Jerry Lee Lewis song and then sing happy birthday in G, because a lot of people are going to do it,
You know what? What we'll do is,
I'm gonna sing
after this song, we'll sing happy birthday in G.
I'm going to sing the first verse for you, all right?
Oh, okay. You want to go to G?
Come on, you guys, let's get it. Well, if you see somebody crawling across your floor, see somebody swinging at your door, baby, it'll be me. I'll be looking for you. If you see a head peeping from a crawdad hole, or somebody crawling up a telephone pole, baby, it'll be me. I'll be looking for you. I'm gonna look in the mountain and in the deep blue sea. I'm gonna search all the forest, look in every tree. Oh yeah, well if you see something funny in your comic book, something heavy on your fishing hook, well baby it'll be me. I'll be looking for you. All right, let's take one time. see somebody looking in all the cars. A rocket ship on its way to Mars. Baby, it'll be me. I'll be looking for you. I'm gonna look in the city, baby, where the lights are blue. Search all the countryside, every haystack too. Oh yeah, well if you hear somebody knocking, baby, on your door, see somebody crawling across your floor, baby, it'll be me. It'll be looking for you. Come on, Jim Spade. All right. In the mountains and in the deep blue sea, I'm gonna search all the forest, baby, look in every tree. Oh yeah, well did you see somebody knocking, baby, on your door? See somebody crawling across your floor, baby, it's gonna be me. I'll be looking for you. It's gonna be me, baby. I'll be looking for you.
Come on, T. Jerry. Give him a Jerry Lee. Think about it. Think about it.
All right, think about it, darling.
Yeah, man. Jerry, how you doing, man? Where do you spend most of your time, Jerry? I didn't ask you that.
Well, you know, man, I spend a lot of time in Memphis. I spend a lot of time in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. We have four radio stations over there.
4 radio stations over there.
Yeah, and I live at Pickwick, which is on the Tennessee River.
Oh, hell yeah.
Robert Radeau asked Jerry.
Robert we encountered Robert before. I can't remember if it was Radeau.
He
told me
wants to
about
know
it.
Jerry's favorite Jack Clement story.
You want me to tell Jack Clement's story?
Your favorite Jack Clement story. Remember, this isn't real TV. You can use Jack Clement language.
I've got a couple. You know, Jack actually was he was a dance instructor for that.
Cowboy Jack was a dance instructor?
Yeah, for that. Who was that really famous dance
Arthur
instructor
Murray.
guy?
Fred Astaire? Arthur Murray.
Arthur
Murray?
He could dance his ass off. He really could. He could.
Arthur Murray, is that what you said?
Arthur Murray.
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was Arthur Murray, dance instructor.
Shaka
And he,
said that, yeah.
I had a publishing company in Nashville, and he came over, and I had a bunch of good-looking girls there, of course. And we were playing music, and he started dancing with them. And man, the guy could really dance. But when my father died, I called Jack and said, Jack, you're now the reigning insane, sane person in the music business now.
It's very true.
Which was true.
Yeah, it's very true.
You know?
Yeah, well,
And-
what's the craziest thing you've seen Jack do, though? Craziest. Because I'll tell you one thing he did. You go ahead first.
No,
Yeah.
no, go
No,
ahead.
you go
No,
first.
you got a better story than I've
No,
got.
it's not that great. I'm just saying that, I mean, it is totally Jack Clements, but it's Cowboy. But what's the craziest thing you ever seen Jack do in front of you?
Well, it wasn't really what he did in front of me. I was at his house, and there was this really good-looking girl in the living room.
How is it that every
it's-
Jerry Phillips story starts with, I was at my house or this house, and there was a beautiful girl.
Yeah, but you know that hat that you wear, that cowboy hat that you wear?
Yeah,
a lot of
cowboy
times,
hat,
that black
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I had one kind of like that.
I can see you in
I was
that.
pretty cool, man. I thought it was pretty cool. But anyway, this girl was in there, and I thought, man, I like this girl here. So I was kind of flirting with her and all that, and I noticed that Jack kept looking in the room, and I would go, like, I got this under control. Don't worry about this, man. You know, it's all working fine for me, you know. And anyway, it turned out to be Tilla, which was her name, and was Jack's girlfriend. Bingo! like 3 years later.
His girlfriend. You were
Yeah.
flirting with his girlfriend.
Yes, I was. 3 years later, I was at his office again. It was me and him and Charlie Pride and John Prine. And I said, Jack, I've got to tell you something, man. I've been feeling guilty all these years about that time that I tried to pick up your girlfriend, you know. And he just busted out laughing and said, man, it doesn't bother me at all, you know what I mean? So, anyway, I tried to pick up Tilla. That's a weird name, anyway. Tilla's a weird name, anyway, yeah.
See, if you'd done the Matthew McConaughey thing and got naked and played bongos, you would have. I think you would have. Because quite no hands, yeah. But that goes actually with Cowboy Jack. The very first time I met Cowboy, a fellow brought me over to him because he loved this. I got fortunate enough where he really dug this song I wrote called "Blessed or Damned." He just really liked this song, "Blessed or Damned."
Blessed or Damned?
Blessed or Damned. He loved that song, and so he knew the guy. And introduced me, and we went over to his house. I said, "Yeah, I'd love to go to his house." And we went to, what's that place in Nashville? He called it.
The Cowboy recording studio and spa.
And Spa, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we went
Cowboy
there.
Arms recording
Cowboy
studio
Arms,
and spa.
that's it, yeah.
Spa, yeah.
So we went over there and went to his room, and apparently this was during his reggae phase. Okay, Cowboy Jack. No surprise to anybody. Was a big fan of the Reefer.
Oh.
Huge fan.
Yeah.
From that's right.
I reefered with him quite a few times.
Yes, he was a. I'm telling you,
It's mine.
he was a fan of the Reefer. So he, I guess it's been going on since maybe the 50s. I don't know.
Man,
I don't know that. Do you know that?
Yeah, I knew that. I knew that.
Was it since the 50s? I don't know. When did Jack get into the Reefer? Into the
you know,
Reefer.
I don't think.
When did he get on the Reefer?
I don't think they were. I don't think they were smoking reefer at the Sun Studio. I don't think they were.
Oh, you don't think so?
I don't think so.
Excuse it.
Come on.
I
Howlin'
mean,
Wolf.
they
Did
could
Howlin'
have been.
Wolf
You
do
know,
reefer?
I take that back because Bill Justice was there, and he may have been smoking reefer.
Billy Justice.
Bill Justice.
Yes.
Raunchy.
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 What?
Come on.
Come on,
But
man.
Jack was the first person Sam ever fired.
Is that right?
Yeah. He fired him.
Is that in the book? I
Yeah,
think I
yeah,
think,
it's
okay,
in the
I think
book. It's in the book.
Well,
Because Sam came in one night and they were recording songs that he thought weren't going into Sam's publishing company, that were going into Jack's publishing company. So he said, "You know what? You guys are taking advantage of me." So I fired him, and Jack said it was the greatest thing that ever happened to him because he was just so proud that Sam Phillips had fired him. That's pretty funny, I think.
That is funny.
Yeah.
The only thing about meeting Jack that one time, Cowboy, was I walked in, and of course I'm dressed to the nines. I'm trying to impress. You know, I'm meeting somebody who, in my opinion, is. I mean, I knew that he was right with Sun Studios with Jerry Lee and all that. You know,
Yeah,
he was there. He was Sam's right hand man. Of that
Well,
stuff,
he was
yeah.
when Jerry Lee first came in there. Sam wasn't there. He was promoting records, and Jack recorded "Crazy Arms."
Wow. So yeah, so I knew this part. So I'm trying to be. I'm a kid, only like I think I'm 19, 20 years old, whatever. And he first thing he does, like I said, he's in his
Rastafarian?
He's in his pot smoking days. He's got this weird hat on. He just came back from where is it they do all that stuff? Jamaica. Thank you, honey.
Yeah. I went to Jamaica.
Yeah, it's at Jamaica, man. So yeah, he was
Cool
over there.
man, cool running.
And I don't know if he doesn't do anything for shock value. He just does it because it's Jack. And
Yeah.
and so we're talking to him, and the guy that's with me is acting like my manager at the time, and so he's trying to pitch me to him, and of course this is boring. Jack, Jack goes, and he's wearing this weird hat, and it's early in the morning. He reaches in his drawer, pulls out a lighter, pulls out this, starts doing this thing over here, pulls out a giant. I'm talking about a doobie that's about that big around and that long, and it just
That's
lights it
true.
like a torch and starts smoking this giant joint. He that big around and that long is like, and he goes, ah. The hands that go, I'm looking at him like, I've never done
What
a
I
joint.
did.
The only time I ever did a joint was with Willie Nelson when he handed it to me. That was
I was on Willie's bus and I did the same thing. And that song about I'll never smoke weed with Willie again is true because it kept passing round and round. But when, Jack was smoking that joint with you, he was probably feeding that bird and that squirrel that came to his window right behind his desk there. He had pet birds and squirrels that came because he fed them. I don't know if he was giving them pot or what he was giving them, but
oh, he's giving him.
he's giving them pot.
He's
Yeah,
giving them
that's
pot.
why they came back. Yeah.
Let's do a song, brother.
What do you want to do?
Some Jimmy Reed.
Yeah, you started.
Going up. You wanna do that?
Yeah, an E.
That's
You do
fine.
an E.
Sure.
You want to start?
I'm going up. I'm going down. I'm going up, down, up, anywhere you want. Let it roll. Yeah. You got me doing what you want me, baby, what you want me to do. Go in, go out. Oh, yeah. Going north, going south. I'm going north, south, east, west, anywhere you want, let it roll. Yeah. You got me doing what you want me, baby, what you want me to do. Come on, just wait. Thank you, Jerry.
Yeah, well, I'm going in.
Going in,
I'm going out.
going out.
I'm going in, out, running anywhere you want me to roll.
Yes, sir.
Baby, let's roll. You got me doing what you want me, baby. Anything you want me to do.
That piano now. You got me peeping, got me hiding, peep, hide anywhere you want. Let it roll. Yeah. You got me doing what you want me, baby, what you want me to do. Break it down. Yes, sir. Oh no, got me hiding. You got me peep hide anywhere you want, let it roll. Yeah. You got me doing what you want me, baby. You got me doing what you want me. You got me doing what you want me, baby. What you want me to do? Tell you right now. You know what, Jerry? Hope you don't mind, but I'd love to have a taste of the best beer in the world.
I would too.
Go ahead and take a sip of yours, and I'll take a sip of mine. Mine is Lone Star. And we all got to get along. The Corona got to get along with a Lone Star.
We all gotta get along, man. That's the whole deal. Today, that's the whole deal.
That's right. Said it before, I got to say it again. Jerry Phillips walked into the bar today, and he said, "I'll take a Corona and 2 Hurricanes." And the bartender said, "That'll be 2020."
Oh.
Hey, hey, okay, hey.
Dad joke.
Come on,
Dad
I don't care
joke.
who you are. That's a good wait. It's a good idea, but Jerry, we got a bit. Shh, wait a second.
Someone
Jerry.
asked for Elvis was a love affair.
You gotta hold me back.
We're gonna do that too. No, I'm not holding you back.
No,
I
it's
wanna
okay.
make-
You should hold me back.
No, I'm not holding. I want to see if there are some questions for you, that because we want to give the live folks out there in the internet world. Okay, RVs leak from the top, boats leak from the bottom. That's pretty good
pretty
to
good, yeah,
explain.
boats do leak, yeah.
Okay.
Someone asked Jerry for an Elvis story.
You know, we went to when he opened at the International Hotel in
Vegas?
In Vegas,
Okay.
yeah. My dad wouldn't fly because he was scared of airplanes, and so Elvis sent a limousine for us.
Y'all took a limo from Memphis to Vegas?
Yeah, we did. We took a limo from Memphis to Vegas. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
And, Cliff Gleaves was one of Elvis's guys, and he was like a crazy son of a
From
bitch.
limo. Wait a
Yeah.
minute. How long did that take?
Man, it took like days, and then we had a flat tire.
I'd imagine you
in,
did.
Wasn't Phoenix? It was in Arizona, but it was like 125 degrees there. Had a blowout there, and there was only one place you could get a tire,
What year was this?
and the guy wanted like $500 for it.
I'm imagining
How old
Celine
are
Lee
you?
just asked $500.
Yeah.
Back in that had to have been
What year?
60s,
Yeah,
70s?
yeah. I mean, it was only
60s.
It was the only. Yeah, 69.
69,
69.
1969. Oh man, that was right when he was hot off
And
the
the
comeback
tire was
special.
not completely flat yet, but he was about to go. And the guy told Sam what he wanted for the tire, and he said, "Well, you know what? I shouldn't say this on the internet, but he told him to stick it up his ass." And we drove.
Sam told him that?
Yeah, we drove to the next city on basically a wheel and a hub to get there, and we got there. And anyway, we were in the audience because when Elvis first opened at the International Hotel, he had just gotten out of the army. He didn't know the Beatles had hit, the British invasion, and all that. So the night before he opened, he padded the audience with all his friends. He invited all his friends out there because he was going, man, I don't know whether I'm gonna go over really well or not.
Wow.
He didn't know
Okay.
that. He really didn't know that. And that very night, we were there, and he came in that was the jumpsuit era, the skinny jumpsuit era.
I was gonna say wasn't it more of a karate suit at that point?
Yeah, yeah,
Wasn't
but-
even really a jumpsuit.
Yeah, but he was still thin and good
Oh,
looking
yeah,
and all
yeah.
that. And he came backing out, to the music, and there was all the movie stars in Hollywood were there hoping that he was going to suck,
Really? Oh.
but he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't. No, he didn't.
he blew him completely away, and then at the end of the night, Elvis came up to our room, and my dad told him, he said, "You know what, Elvis, your show was great." Of course, my dad wanted him to really just have a rhythm section. He really wanted him just to have like.
He didn't want him to have the
He didn't want to have horns
orchestra.
and voices and all
Yeah.
that crap. He didn't want him to. He said, "But you know what, Elvis?" He says, "That memory song has got to go."
I remember. Yeah, you know what? I read that in your dad's book, in the book Sam Phillips, The Man Who Invented Rock and Roll, and that surprised me. He did. Sam did not like that song "Memories," which is such a beautiful. I mean, it's just a way. I got to tell you this: when Elvis died, they did a special on the TV back when you only had 3 channels. Remember that, kids? ABC, CBS, and NBC. ABC, NBC, CBS. That was it. That PBS didn't really. Nobody gave a shit about it at that point. At this point, you know, I'm telling you right now. But they did this special, and it was Priscilla doing it, and I teared up, man. I teared up whenever, because at the end of that special, that tribute to Elvis, here comes Elvis, and all these pictures of Elvis through his years, memories. Oh, that's too high for me. Memories sweeten through the ages of mine. Memories sweeten through the ages just like wine. White castle floating down and settle softly to the ground like gold of autumn leaves round my feet. I touched them and they burst apart like sweet memories. Sweet memories. Holding hands on rainbow gaze and twilight glims in purple haze and laughing eyes and gentle days, quiet nights and gentle days with you. Memories pressed between the pages of my mind. Memories sweeten through the ages just like wine. Memories, memories, sweet memories. Man, I just, well, that's kind of Elvis, when he did that
That's
song,
great,
man,
man.
teared me up. Now, that showed all Elvis through the years on that special, and it was 1970. It actually came out in 77, same year.
Yeah.
And Priscilla hosted it, and man, so the fact that your dad hated that song tells me your dad wasn't drinking enough.
He wasn't.
He wasn't drinking enough at that point.
He just thought there was too many people on stage.
He did. Well, that part when
And
he
Elvis,
did it,
one of the reasons that Elvis had that many people, he was scared that he wasn't going to sound. I mean, because you know what? Like I said, the Beatles had hit, the Rolling Stones had hit, everybody hit the Beatles, the British Invasion, all that.
Jared, the only reason you're up here is because I'm scared.
No,
I need more people up here.
I mean, Elvis said that. He said, "Man, you know," he said, "I just don't know how I'm going to go over. You know, I'm going to go over." That's what he said.
If he only would have played Bongos naked.
Yeah, that would. He'd have gone over
All right. Anyway, hey, you know what? So that was a cool story, man. I mean, I love that. What did Elvis say to him about memories? I don't think he said that in the book. He didn't say his response.
He just didn't. I don't know what his response was, but I mean, he just said yes, sir. I think you know.
He always said yes sir to Sam, didn't
He
he?
did. Yeah.
Man,
And,
he just yeah.
But they respected each other. You know, they really did, and they, you know, my dad sold Elvis's contract for $55,000 in 1954, and but you know, in 1954 that was like $500,000 or something. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
at that point in time, it was a lot of money, and Elvis and Sam, they talked about that contract sale because.
Did he talk about with Elvis?
Oh yeah, they talked about it, and you know, he told him, you know, I think when you go to RCA, they're going to try to change you. You know, they're going to try to put you into the corporate mentality, and he said, don't let them change you. And those first records that he cut with RCA, Elvis was in charge of those sessions.
Yeah, I believe it because what's the one that I think it was Teddy Bear. He played. He turned his acoustic guitar around and played, or just played the top of it.
And Scotty and Bill were still with him at that point.
Scotty and Bill were still with him.
And then the corporate mentality got a hold of them. They wanted to replace Scotty and Bill. They wanted to get rid of them.
Right.
And then Elvis started making the movies, and he started doing the music that he hated for those the movies. Some of them not necessarily.
Oh, there's some awful songs in that. Ain't no
but
doubt
there's
about
some
that,
good
yeah.
songs in like King Creole and those movies. But
I love it.
Viva
I
Las
love that
Vegas,
song, man.
I mean, there were some great songs, but Elvis was so unhappy with the music he was having to record for those soundtracks.
But I have to ask you this. We all know the story about, or in general, especially if you're watching us right now, you know about the $1 Million Quartet. Matter of fact, the $1 Million Quartet bacon is on our menu. $1 Million Quartet bacon.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much. $1 Million Quartet bacon.
It's really
That's
good.
right.
Yes.
Quartet
$1 Million
bacon.
Quartet bacon. That's
really
right.
good.
Pretty damn good.
It's got maple syrup, cayenne, brown sugar, chili, cayenne, and that's it. That's good. Boy, it's so good. $1 Million Quartet. It's as spicy as Johnny, Elvis, Carl, and Jerry Lee. Anyway, but what I was going to get to was, did your dad ever say anything? I know that Jack Clement said that he turned the machine on, and your dad said that he called the photographer.
Right.
And did they ever say anything about, because that really hit big, obviously, the $1 Million Quartet thing. That's after Elvis already signed with RCA, and so he just happened to just come in on a Carl Perkins session.
Jerry Lee Lewis was playing piano.
And Jerry Lee Lewis wasn't even signed on Sun yet,
No,
was
he
he?
was just a
He was
session musician.
a session musician.
And Sam called Johnny Cash and said, "Could come down
Oh,
here?"
he did?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, and then he called the newspaper, and actually there was a girl that was sitting on the piano there.
That Elvis was dating.
Yeah, they cut her out.
You know what? W.S. Holland, Johnny Cash's drummer at the time, Carl Perkins' drummer, he always says that, you know what? They cut me out of that picture too because they had the girl on piano. Because what it originally came out in the newspaper, it was a girl on piano and then them, and he was over to the side, but they cut him out of that side of the.
It was, it's just like
drums.
everything else. They just were sensationalizing everything. Cut the girl out. Just the four people. Elvis, Jerry Lee, Johnny Cash, Carl Perkins. Yeah,
You want to do a Carl Perkins song?
we can.
Why don't we?
Mike Monteleone asked for My Babe, for Jerry to sing My Babe, just so you know. After the Carl
We can do
Perkins
that
song.
again.
After the Carl
Let's
Perkins.
do this one first, though. Let's do Blue Suede Shoes first, and then I'm gonna do that. Yep.
See.
Hang with me, Dan. Yo, you do one for the money. You go do it.
Well, it's one for the money, two for the show. Get ready now, go, cat, go, but don't you step on my blue suede shoes. You can do anything, lay off on my blue suede shoes. Yeah, you can knock me down, step in my face, send my name all over the place. Do anything you want to do. Honey, lay off on my shoes, don't you step on my blue suede shoes. You can do anything, lay off on my blue suede. Come on, Jim Spade, come on. Come on, Dale, go boy. Car, drink my liquor from an old fruit jar. Do anything you wanna do. Honey, lay off of my shoes, don't you step on my blue suede shoes. You can do anything, lay off of my blue suede shoes. I said a blue suede shoes. Blue suede shoes. Blue suede shoes. Blue suede shoes. You can do anything,
Yes.
Harry P., why don't we sing a song, buddy?
Give me the one I know the chorus to. It's not memories.
I didn't know the chorus of that either. It was Jim Spake give me that. All right. Hey, you know what? Hey, Jerry, actually, I want you to sing along with it. I mean, help me on this one. It's in key of E. I got to do this for my buddy Dan Jackson. He asked for this song. Well, well, well. Well, 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 I woke up this morning with one thing in mind. I'm gonna find me a woman, share my life. So I looked in the paper, right there on page 3. Well, I found me a woman just right for me. Said a chain smoke and I eat a lot. I like beer, but I don't like pot. I love music, I can't dance. Love the smell of old spice, like holding hands. Said I am a man, gonna treat you right. Stay by my side every night. I need someone to love me for who I am. It said I'm a woman who needs his man. Come on, T. Come on, Jerry. Yeah. I called her up. When she said hello, we're a perfect match, baby. You're a perfect woman. So I called her up, and she said hello. I said, I read your ad, honey. Wait a minute. Take it back again. I gotta take it back. Hold on a second. I gotta remember the second verse. Hang with me, Danny. Hold on. You know what? You know what I've just keep going, guys. You know what I've discovered? You know what I've discovered?
What,
Migo? I've discovered that I can remember things better when I have. I remember things better when I drink. I drink to remember. How about you?
Yes, I'm a lot more remembering when I'm drinking.
Best beer, Lone Star.
sometimes I do forget the words in the middle of the song.
Now, see, that made me remember. I couldn't believe it. So I read it again. We were a perfect match. She was a perfect 10. So I called her up. When she said hello, I said, I read your ad, baby. Some of you already know. Well, I chain smoke and I eat a lot. Honey, I like beer, but I don't like pot. I love music, but I can't dance. I even like the swirl splash. Let me hold your hand. 'Cause I am a man that'll treat you right. Stay by your side every night. Someone who's looking for the hurt you have. I need a woman who needs this man. I need a woman who needs this man. I need a woman who needs this man. Don't look at me like that.
Well, all I know is I'm really proud to be a part of this band up here tonight, and this is yeah, I know it. I can take a good punch though, you know.
He can, man. Look at this. Watch this.
I can take a good punch. Man, I know it's great. It's good. It's good.
I only do that because he told me as a wrestler, he not only was he the most perfectly formed midget, he's also the man with the iron jaw. I'm serious. Watch
That's
this.
right. Yeah. Hard to knock me out.
Watch it.
You better knock me out.
One more time. Let me try. Man, he's got iron jaw.
Yeah,
like that.
you actually got me on that one. Yeah.
Was that good? Was it?
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
I kind of leaned into it.
Oh.
I leaned into it.
Yeah. Do it one more time, would you?
All right, one more time.
Damn.
Is that a good one? Well, go ahead. Do me. Okay, one more time. Ow.
Hey, now I'm gonna do this back fist.
Really? Back fist? Oh.
I am a second-degree black belt in Taekwondo, so that means
All right, take it one more time.
I'm gonna. There you go. That's right. So all you gotta do is say, "Hey, buddy, you mess with me, I'll jump in there and
My
shit in your
tooth
hair."
is look.
I love doing that to Dale Watson for some reason. That's fun. That's fun.
One more time.
Hey, you know what, guys? When you're having fun, you're having fun. You know, life is good. We should have fun all the time. And you know what? I've had more fun tonight with just these very few people in this building tonight. And I don't mean that this place does not draw a lot of people, because it does. Before the virus, it was the hottest place in town. It's going to be after this is all over.
Hope so.
Yeah.
Thank you, Doug. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, man.
There's no cooler place in town than this place at all.
We have fun. We try to have fun. Always keep it
Yeah,
fun.
man.
Oh, appreciate that. Thank you, brother. Now, we only got time for one more song, and I'm just going to say this right now. Of all the people out there that have been listening on the internet, we have
Y'all
to
know
give.
Dale tunes a whole step down.
Oh.
Just
What are
in
you
case.
telling people that for? People don't know that. We don't tell that to everybody.
They're all watching your hands,
Yes, they are.
and they're
Watching
seeing
my
Jerry
hands.
look over at him. That's why.
That's how he gets that cool baritone vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Hello.
It's science.
And you
I want to say one thing.
You got that from Gene
everybody that's here
Vincent's.
tonight.
Everybody that's here tonight. That
Doug.
means, hold on, let me point them out. That's you and her
Yeah,
when she was
yeah,
here,
but I mean-
and you and her when she was here,
Yeah.
and you, which been here since the beginning, and you in the back there, Roger Shamhart, right there. That's Roger Beep Beep. He's here in spirit. JD's here. He is watching us, and then Jack Heston, birthday boy, Jack Heston.
Congratulations.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Jack Heston. Such a good guy. He couldn't even tear down the spider web that was in the way of his doorway.
Wow.
That's on his Facebook. I heard that.
Oh.
So there you go. What are you going to say there, Jerry P? Jerry P.
I was just going to say, tell everybody about this place. It's the coolest place in town, no doubt about it. And when all this other stuff gets over with, it's where I'm hanging. I can tell you that. And,
That's right. Because you know what? You got your booth over there. You got your booth out there.
got the
Actually, it's
booth.
occupied.
Yeah, yeah.
Your booth is occupied by Marilyn Monroe and Betty White.
Well,
Betty White.
I'll take Marilyn. You can have Betty.
Oh. I don't know, man. Betty, I hear things about Betty. I hear things about Betty.
I'll take Marilyn.
I'm telling you right now, I've heard some things woo, about Betty. Betty.
Touchdown!
I hear you go out with Betty.
Touchdown!
It is
You forget how old you are when
I'm
you go out
telling
with
you
Betty,
right
right? I mean,
now.
not you, but anybody.
You
You're
go out.
gonna walk with a limp, huh?
You
That's what she said.
anyway. You go out with Betty. Betty White apparently is maybe. Well, let's just put it this way.
I
That's
bet
what I'm
Cole
saying.
Carl knows about Betty White.
Crikey.
Really?
His mother doesn't know that he knows about Betty White.
I'm trying to picture
He-
Cole.
hey, wait a minute. He is
You just
Ed,
made me picture Cole Carl naked.
yeah, he's Ed McMahon's love child, right?
He is Ed McMahon's love child. That's true. Cole Carl. You know what? We haven't properly introduced the whole band. I'm glad you said that. Growl and Jim Spake over here on saxophone, everybody. Yeah. Hell yeah, how about that? Growl and Jim Spake. Growl and Jim Spake. And of course, on the piano, all the way from Austin, Texas. And now he's moved here to Memphis. He's a Memphian now.
Yeah.
Big camper T, Jared Bonner.
Yes.
And back on, well, we said Cold Country Carl over here. We got around it. He's cold, he's country, he's Carl. And but back on the drums, Earl Lowe. Earl Lowe back on the drums.
Earl has never heard any of my songs, so he's doing great tonight.
I got to say this, Earl, give me a drum roll, please. Ladies and gentlemen, can you focus on this? I don't care if it's camera 3 or camera 2, but this needs to be close up on my hand. I've never tried this before in my life. It's the first chance. Somebody has put a request underneath the tequila. Carl, you may want to look away. I think I can do it. I have confidence. You know why? Because which camera I'm at? Camera 2. You too can have confidence. All it takes is confidence to know when you can do it. You on my hand? When you have confidence.
There you go.
I didn't think I could do it either, Carl. I'm surprised as you are. Hey, Tanoa Stewart. You know, Tanoa has bought us rounds in the past, and she is from San Francisco. And I got to tell you this, and we got 6 of them here? All right. Yeah.
You know, in martial arts, they tell you in martial arts to
What do they tell you in martial arts?
imagine your achievements in advance.
That's a good. Where is martial arts? Is that near Nacogdoches, Texas?
No, it's close to Lepanto, Arkansas.
Oh, Lepanto, Arkansas. Oh, I was going the wrong direction. Okay.
What am I drinking here?
You're drinking Tanoa Stewart's from San Francisco. You're drinking. Just don't look. Just drink.
Just tequila?
It might be.
You know, tequila makes your clothes fall off.
Oh,
It does. It's got. Does. It's good.
It
Tanoa.
does, in
What
fact.
camera are we
We
at?
got some.
Everybody, a toast here to Tanoa there in San Francisco. Thanks for watching, honey.
You say San Francisco?
cheers.
San Francisco. Woo!
What shelf is that?
That is top shelf.
Top shelf.
All right, Jerry P, we're going to do a song here. Let's rock it on out of here. We're going to do this the last song.
3 chords, okay?
Yeah, man. Let's rock it out. What 3/4 song you want to do? Let's pick a. This is the house that Jerry Lee Lewis used to call his office. If you ever get here, I hope you do come to Hernando's Hideaway. Can you get to the Jerry Lee booth? Can you find that booth, Zane? We just want to show that picture that is there. I know it's going to take me a second because them cameras move slow, but there's a booth over there. We got the Jerry Lee booth. That picture that is at the Jerry Lee booth was taken on this stage right here. Matter of fact, you can see James Burton. You know who James Burton is?
Yes, I do.
Tell me who James Burton is.
He was Ricky Nelson's guitar player.
In the beginning, and
In the
during the
beginning.
TV show,
Ricky Nelson, the Nelson
The
family.
Nelson
whatever,
family, yeah.
And he
Ozzy and Harriet. But
And then he
and
was
then-
Waylon's guitar player. Was
what?
he?
Nope.
No,
You skipped.
I
You
know
skipped.
Elvis.
You skipped. It wasn't Waylon's, unless you know something. I don't know.
I don't. I'm
But
wrong about it.
he was Ricky's first
Yeah.
guitar player on the TV show Ozzy and Harriet, and then I think in between Ricky and Elvis, did he play? Did he? I don't know that. I
I'm
don't.
not sure, but no, he goes. I know from. Ricky
He went to Elvis.
Yeah, he went to Elvis,
He went to
Stayed
Elvis,
with Elvis forever.
and he was with Elvis when Elvis died,
and still is with Elvis.
and then he
Elvis
went
is
to
dead.
then he went to John Denver.
Oh goodness. Well, I don't know about that one.
But that, yeah, I do know about that. The whole, anyway. Anyway,
Dale Hawkins as well.
I'm sorry. What?
Dale Hawkins as well.
You know,
He went with Dale Hawkins.
yeah, you may have.
Yeah, supposedly he's the one who wrote that riff to Suzy Q.
Oh no, that's right. He was no. That was before he even got with Ricky Nelson. Though. Yeah. James Burton did Suzy Q, that lick. So, but he did. Right there's a picture of James Burton on stage with Jerry Lee Lewis on this stage, and you can see them bathroom lights over there, right there. That picture was Jerry Lee Lewis right here, and he called this place his office. Matter of fact, in the back room, in this door here, you can't see because it's all black and painted black, but there's a punch hole. Jerry Lee got pissed off and punched the door. Luckily,
I don't doubt that.
Luckily, it's a 1970s door that had balsa wood, so it didn't hurt his hand. But it was still there, and Jerry Lee's couch is back there in the green room.
I've sat on it.
We're doing a Jerry Lee song. Make it quick, because we got Jerry. You seen Jerry Lee coming out of that door I'm talking about? Many, many times. He came out with an electric guitar. He's left-handed. I know that Jerry Lee Lewis is left-handed, but get this. Here's what, you're right in that. The reason I know you're 100% correct is because in the green room above that Jerry Lee couch, we have a picture of Jerry Lee playing that guitar
Oh,
here on this stage.
Seen that picture, yeah.
And I did. It seemed to me that guitar he was playing it right-handed, but I know he is left-handed.
Guitar, yeah.
He played left-handed. All right. Everybody wondered what the hell is going on. He came out of here with a guitar on it.
Yeah, and you know what? I think this is true. I've got the only guitar, I believe, that Jerry Lee Lewis has ever signed. He signed the guitar for me, and he said, "You know what, boy? I ain't never signed a guitar. I've only signed pianos."
But he
I've
signed
got
one
it.
for you.
I've got it. I can show it to you.
Now I got to ask you this. This is something very, very. I should have asked this in an interview, but I got to ask you this right now, Jerry P. Jerry P. Jerry P. That's right. He's
Jerry
a
P.,
legendary.
I like
That's
that.
what Bluff City Star from Memphis,
You
Tennessee.
got to cut that on your next album.
I got to, man.
Got to, yeah.
So that was actually kind of what I'm going to ask you. This is what in the studio. Did Jerry? I'm sorry. Did Elvis? I can't. It was in Scotty Moore's book. Anybody read Scotty Moore's book? I think it said it was Elvis and Me or something like that. Anyway, Scotty Moore's book about Elvis. He said they were originally Bill Black, Scotty Moore, and Elvis were going to do an instrumental album. It was going to be they had it planned. DJ Fontana was on drums, Scotty Moore on guitar, Bill Black on bass, and Elvis on piano. An instrumental album. Do you know anything about that?
I know nothing about that.
Well, that was in Scotty Moore's book, and according to that book, Bill Black had arranged the recording studio, the studio and everything. And but the Colonel sent somebody over there to killed it. Right?
Yeah.
They had gotten there and everything, and everybody was and Colonel killed it.
I think the Colonel killed a lot of stuff. You know.
So there you go. It's been unverified right here today. Something that I've only read in a Scotty Moore book. Can we do one last song?
Yeah, 3 chords, whatever it is.
No, Jerry, you pick it, buddy.
No, you pick it. No, you do it.
No.
It's your turn.
Oh, we both do it.
We'll do it.
We're gonna do Great Balls of Fire.
Okay. All right. Good.
What key?
I don't care.
You tell me. No, it can't be E. It's got to be A.
Okay. You start. I'll get with you. We could remember the first verse, can't we? Okay. Great Balls of Fire.
You know what happens? Whenever I can't remember anything,
something
you know
about-
what I do? Whenever I can't remember anything, Jerry, you know what I do? I have a sip of the best beer in the world.
I know it.
But it didn't happen. I really do.
I just belched.
It helped me remember everything. The only beer that will let you remember everything. Lone Star. And the only beer that whitens your teeth, Jerry.
And grows brain cells.
Lone Star. It does grow brain cells.
Yeah.
It grows brain cells.
I just burped up tequila.
A brain cell.
Well, it's better than burping up a cheeseburger tamale. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Come along, baby, a whole lot of shaking going on. Hey, come along, baby, a whole lot of shaking going on. We ain't begging, there's a whole lot of shaking going on. Come along, baby, we got chicken in the barn, in the barn, my barn, my barn. Come along, baby, baby, you can't go wrong. I ain't begging. There's a whole lot of shaking going on. Yeah, shake it, baby, shake. Shake it, baby, shake. Shake it, baby, shake. Shake it, baby, shake. Come on over. A whole lot of shaking going on. Come on, T, come on.
We got a chicken in the barn.
Who's barn?
Yeah, come on over, honey. Really got the bull by the horn.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, we ain't faking. There's a whole lot of shaking going on. Come on now, shake it, baby, shake it. Shake it, baby, shake it. Come on, y'all. Shake it, baby, shake it. Shake it, baby, shake it. Come on over. Whole lot of shaking going on.
Easy now. Ladies and gentlemen, we got an emergency in the house. You can't see it here, but people here are actually here at Hernando's Hideaway live. They understand there is an emergency in the house. Can we please, please do not be alarmed here in the house. We got it under control, but please Can we please get a Corona and a crown on stage very quickly? Jerry P has run out of... An ambulance just went by with... I'm sorry, Jerry P. Around just a little bit. Woo! Come on over. Shake it on. Woo! Shake it, baby, shake it. Shake it, baby, shake it. Woo! Shake it, baby. Woo! Shake it, baby. Come on over. There's a whole lot of How about you, Shark? You got something to say on this? Our man Shark over there. Jared, did you know that Shock is our official chicken shit official very first to ever officiate in Tennessee, chicken shit officially?
I kind of knew he was. But he's also an awesome harmonica player.
That's right. He crossed the picket lines. He's
So
wanted by Jimmy Hoffa Jr. III. Did you know that?
There's a hit out on him.
There is a hit
But
out on
he's
him.
a,
Let me tell you this.
He's a hell of a chicken shit bingo.
Jimmy Hoffa Jr. III. Oh, up here, baby. Up here, honey. Up here, baby. If Jimmy Hoffa Jr. III ever finds out where Shock is, let me tell you this. Chainsaw, buddy.
Lord, I'm gonna be drunk tonight. They're taking good care of me, y'all.
How about it, Shock? Come on. Come on, Shock, get loud, get loud. Shake it, baby, shake. Shake it, baby, shake. Shake it, baby, shake. Shake it, baby, shake. Come on over. Shake it, going on. Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry P.
Thank you very much. Back fist. Thank you for letting me come, Dale. Appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Appreciate the shit out of
Thanks
it.
for coming.
Man, I really do.
Thank-
Yeah. It's awesome that I can play with you.
Thanks for coming, man.
You're welcome.
Oh.
You're welcome.
A big hand for Jerry Phillips, everybody. Carl Casperson. Hello, back on the drums. T.J. Bond on piano.
What a great band, okay, really? What a great band.
Jim Spake on the saxophone. Love you, Jerry P. Jerry P. Thank y'all for being here. Tomorrow night, Celine Lee night. Tomorrow night, Celine Lee night. That's right. It'll be hot. So thanks again. We have no key. It's fine. Good night, y'all.